Hey guys, welcome back to Home with the Hursts. I'm Megan and I'm going to be sharing with you the design of our tiny home cottage. I already shared with you guys the story of why we sold our 7-acre homestead, our house of 2,600 square feet, and like the story behind that. Well, now we are in the transition phase of getting our house built that we are going to be building, and we are living in my mother's house. So it's kind of a good transition period because her house is 1,100 square feet and we have designed our tiny home to be 660 square feet. So 1,100 square feet for a family of 6 plus my mom, 7 people is already like a little bit cramped, but we are about to take it even smaller. So I am excited about designing this because it can work exactly the way we need it to for our family, and maybe you can get some tips for rearranging or building in some things at your house to use up the space that you have been given and doesn't need an addition or anything like that. So let's get into it. Now, these designs are not set in stone. I am actually meeting with our builder today to go to the land. We're gonna make sure that we have the right spot for this house. And let me back up and tell you what our future plans are. We do not plan on living in this tiny home forever. Could happen, could not. Probably isn't going to, hopefully it is not. We wanted to build this tiny home, 660 square feet, and live in it until we have all of our debt paid off, and then build a slightly bigger home, not as big as the one we came from, because I found that that one was just a bit too big, but probably somewhere around 1,800 square feet later on. When we move into that larger house, I want to use the tiny home for ministry. I want to be able to help people that are struggling, have the ability to help my parents as they age, when they get to a point where they can't really live on their own but they still want to be independent and we can just be close by, or grandparents or missionaries or families that need a place to stay during a transition period or something like that. I always want to use what God has given us to give back. And so the tiny home, while it will help us in the present time to get out of debt and be able to give more, eventually it will just be another area of ministry in our life. And I am more excited about that than anything. So let's just go ahead and get into the design. Now, I have a Pinterest board that shows kind of the collection of things that I'm trying to incorporate into this tiny home. So for the exterior of the house, I wanted it to look like an old English cottage. I have loved this style for so long. When we bought our other house, it was more rustic cabin when we bought it, and I tried to update it a little bit with some modern, mid-century modern pieces, while keeping some of the rustic elements. So that style was pretty and I liked it, but now that we get to actually build exactly what I want, I'm really looking forward to building more of a cottage style house. So with the exterior, we were thinking stucco and stone. Now, the thing about living in East Tennessee is it's very humid here, and apparently stucco does not do very well with that. So we're gonna be looking at doing a concrete and stone exterior instead of stucco because of the humidity. Now, some of this stuff may change as we get into prices and availability and looking at different things. So this is not set in stone. This is just my inspiration of what we are going to try to do. Now, when you walk in the house, it will have a covered porch. There will not be a front door for this tiny home. It will have a side door. I have designed this myself. We did not buy architectural plans just because it's a small house, and I plan on contracting it out mostly myself. I have really put in a lot of time on this design to make sure that it is up to code, as well as functional for our family. So when you walk in the side door, you will walk right into the kitchen. And the way that I have this laid out is we'll have a full-size fridge, a dishwasher, which we did not have in our last house, which is gonna be pretty awesome. We've been using the dishwasher at my mom's house and it's a game changer, like saved me so much time. We will have a gas stove. I think we're gonna go with propane. I know, no, you can't chew on that. We will have a gas stove in the kitchen, and this is another thing that I have wanted for a really long time, especially since I have learned to love cooking, and I cook from scratch meals for my family all the time, and so it would be really nice to have a gas stove. We will have to do propane because we do not have natural gas hookup where we are, but I think that we're going to just bury the propane tank so that you can't see it and just leave the top of it uncovered so that they can fill it up when it needs to be refilled. In the center of this kitchen will be a rollable, movable kitchen island with shelves underneath so that we can have more storage. I'm not sure exactly how we are going to do this, but I do plan on having foldable wooden chairs that look somewhat English cottage style to go around this center island for us to eat at, because we will not have space for a dining room table, and dinners together are pretty important to us, and I don't want us sitting on the couch. And we also love to entertain, so I just needed a space that we can bring chairs to if we need to, but the chairs don't have to stay there. So we will see how this goes. I think a lot of it will look a little bit different once we actually get the house framed. So we will kind of play as we go with the inside. So once you continue walking through the kitchen, you will come into our living room. And this will have a stone fireplace, but it will not be a fireplace. It will be a wood stove inserted into a fireplace. I feel like wood stoves and fireplaces can both be very dangerous, depending on how you train your children around them. But I do feel like a fireplace would be more dangerous and less efficient on heating our house than a wood stove. So with a wood stove, I can shut off the fire very quickly. The kids can't really fall into the fire unless the door is open, which the door should be shut almost all of the time. And even though it can burn them if they touched it, they could get away from it very quickly. So that was kind of my thoughts around it. I do want to get a wood stove with the glass front so that you can see the fire as it's going, and I just feel like that just creates such cozy vibes. And I loved our wood stove in our cabin. So kind of backing up just a little bit, we're going back through the kitchen and off to the left, and this will be our bathroom area slash laundry area. So we will have a laundry room with a little bit of storage shelves. We're going to do a stackable washer and dryer, and we plan on doing a tankless water heater, propane, so that we don't have a lot of space to take up. And from what I've heard, having a tankless gas water heater is really great. Like, you get instant hot water, you never run out of hot water, and it's a lot better for families, especially that use water a lot and need a lot of hot water. Doing a tankless water heater will give us more space than having a 50-gallon or 100-gallon tank for water. So we will be able to have some more shelves in there for towels and sheets, extra supplies like toilet paper, and also being able to store our laundry detergent and things like that in the laundry room. I created a privacy door for the bathroom so we can walk in and do the laundry as needed and not be interrupting somebody trying to use the bathroom. So when you walk into the bathroom, the toilet will be just behind the wall there on the right, and the sink will be a double sink with a vanity. The exciting part about this bathroom is that I get to take what I created at our old house and kind of duplicate it, switch it around just a little bit to fit it more of a cottage style and less modern. But I am so excited about this bathroom. And this is going to be our family bathroom that everybody showers in and bathes in. And this shower, I know from experience at our last house, was so helpful and so very much used. Our kids actually preferred to take a bath in there than they did in their brand new bathroom. The one thing that I really like about the design of this bathroom that helped us as a family is you can put your kids into the bathtub, and if they splash, it's all tile and there's a drain down at the bottom. There's no cleaning up tons of water. If they overflow the bathtub, it all goes down the drain. So that's pretty exciting. Also, there were times where I would stick the babies in a little bit of water in the bathtub so they could play while I took a shower. And I didn't really have to like barricade them outside the door. So this bathroom was very functional and very useful for our family. And so I'm really excited to be able to duplicate that, at least the idea of it, into this. Now, I have bought a clawfoot cast iron tub, and I found it on Facebook Marketplace. It's in really good condition. It's from the 1900s, and I have always wanted a clawfoot bathtub since I was like 15 or 16 on, and I've never had it. Even when we designed the new shower at our old house, everything was a little bit more modern, and the clawfoot tub didn't really fit in that style in there. And also, I was on a very quick time schedule, and I needed to find a tub and have it shipped to us. I didn't have time to find one and restore it if it needed to be restored and then put it in there. And it was going to have to go up a flight of stairs, and those clawfoot tubs are super heavy. So we decided to go with an acrylic tub there, and it fit in that bathroom really well. But I'm really excited about incorporating this cast iron clawfoot tub into this bathroom. All right, so as you come out of our bathroom and into our living area, just off the living area is our master bedroom. Now, the reason why I designed the master bedroom to be downstairs and not upstairs like most tiny homes is because I am keeping in mind that I do want to use this for ministry one day. So having a ground level bedroom for older people is going to be very useful, so they don't have to go upstairs to go to bed, and like everything that they need to touch or do or use will be downstairs, and then upstairs will be an extra option for kids or younger people. So inside of our bedroom, it's very cozy. There's like 2 feet of room on each side of the bed, and I do plan on doing built-in shelves of some sort on both sides of the bed so that we have room to store books and all the stuff that my husband needs to sleep, like a sleep mask and all of our chargers and things like that, so that it can kind of be hidden, but there's a place for everything. We will also be having our closet hidden under the stairs, and I have looked at different designs, and I think that I'm going to go with mostly drawers underneath the stairs so that we don't have to have a dresser in there. We will not have room for a dresser, and so these will provide us plenty of space to put clothes, shoes. We'll have a bar to hang up clothes, and then we'll be able to store some other things as well. We do plan on having really high ceilings in the living and kitchen area. This will make it feel a lot bigger than it actually is, but we are also going to utilize the half over the bedroom and the bathroom to house our kids and have another bedroom. And we're also going to have a half bath up there and a closet. So you will go up the stairs and enter into the second bedroom. And this is total square foot 21 by 10, so 210 square feet. But they will have a half bath in there. I didn't want our kids to have to get up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom and go all the way downstairs past our room and then have to go into the bathroom. So I wanted them to be able to have quick and easy access to a bathroom, and the showers and stuff will be plenty fine downstairs in the large family bathroom, but this half bath will be very much needed, especially with a lot of kids in their room. We lived with one bathroom in our cabin for 4 years or 4.5 years, something like that, and 3.5 years. We lived in that cabin with one bathroom for 3.5 years. There were so many times when 2 people had to use the bathroom at the exact same time, and one of them had to go outside and use the bathroom. I would never do that. I would always just hold it. But I don't want that to be an issue here. So if somebody needs to use the toilet, there are going to be 2 options. So that is very nice. We also will have a small closet in there to hang up stuff. There will be plenty of room for bunk beds and a crib, as well as a little area for them to be able to play as well. So 660 square feet is really not that much space, but being able to design this myself and know that we need a space for this, and so we can kind of create what we need within these parameters, it will be really nice for our family, and it will allow us more freedom financially. And we are going to be living on almost 5 acres. Most of it's cleared. There is a creek, and I am really excited to open up a farm stand. Where we were at previously, I had talked about and thought about opening up a farm stand, but it was so far out in the country, and our driveway was like a 1/4 mile long, and there was no easy access to it. So I just kind of put that out of my head and planned on just delivering things as needed. So now this place, we are going to create a driveway that comes in and loops around and goes right back out the other side. So our customers will have easy access. I can put a little farm stand there, and it is really close to a very busy road. It's just right off of a very busy road. And that will be very helpful for running a farm stand and doing it successfully. So I'm really excited to venture out in that. We can have a large garden area, and we can have farm animals, and it will just be so exciting. I'm so ready to get back in the garden and get back to homesteading and creating and designing, and I'm just really, really excited about that. So I hope you guys will follow along on this journey. I cannot believe, I feel like I've said this again. It's so funny. 5 years ago, we sold our house and decided to buy land and build a tiny home, and God shut the door on that, and we ended up buying the house that we just moved out of, which was on 7 acres, and God blessed that time tremendously. I learned so much. But the funny thing is prior to buying that house, we lived with my sister for about 6 months, who just so happens to live across the street from where we are now. And so I feel like we are just like living parallel lives. We had 2 kids at that time, and now we have 4 kids, and we're right across the street, and we have a little bit more space than we had at her house, but we're doing the opposite of what we were doing then. So then we had land and we were looking to buy a house, and now we were looking to buy a house and ended up buying land. So it's so funny. So funny how God works and uses all this stuff, and hopefully we learn a lot from this journey. So I'm excited to share with you guys. I hope that you will subscribe if you are new, and let me know down in the comment section below what's your favorite style of house. I would love to know that, because I keep changing my mind on what my favorite stuff is. And when we build the larger home, I hope that I can be content with the cottage style, because we want it to be very similar to this tiny home, because they'll be right next to each other. I like so many different things in design. But I think I'm gonna be content with the English cottage home, because even like the English cottage garden sounds amazing to me, and I tried to replicate that in our last house. And I'm just really excited that this land we will be using kind of as a blank slate. So anyways, sorry for the long conversation. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in the next video.